Alright guys, so welcome back to this tutorial. Today we're basically going to just continue building onto our 3D model in Archicad for the purposes of documentation again. So there will be some things that are omitted like furniture and little things like that that local building agencies will not care about. So we won't focus on that. Usually clients will care about that, but usually when I draw floor plans for clients with furniture and whatnot, those don't usually tend to be submitted to the city or again a local agency for approval. So anyway, we're gonna basically just adjust our kitchen, and we're gonna do a couple more things to build on our model, like adding bedrooms and whatnot. We still haven't gotten to the lighting fixtures, so we'll hopefully do that in this video. So I've extended the kitchen here. I'm going to actually move the kitchen sink a little closer to the center and give them a little bit more counter space on that side. And then I'm going to move the hood and cooktop a little to the left, like so. And we're just going to leave it as is. Now, you can tell here that the window markers are kind of nice, that they display the sill height. So here the sill 3 feet 3 inches is the sill height of the window. Usually this is kind of nice, but it's mostly important for when you have a window that's a larger window and it's very close to the floor. Namely, I believe it's 24 inches where they will require that the window be tempered glass. So that's kind of when it becomes important. But usually when it's like a standard window size and it goes at least or at most, let's say 44 inches from the floor, usually you don't display it, but it's, or at least not on the floor plan, but I think I like to display the sill height because it makes it, for when they're doing the construction, they know exactly where to put that window, and they're not on at like different heights. So we can see that this window marker is actually not displaying the sill height, or it appears that it's not displaying it, but it actually is. What's happening here is that the kitchen model is actually stacked on top of it, so it's covering that sill height. So we're going to go ahead and right click on the kitchen model, and we're going to change the display order, and we're going to send backward, and we can see that the sill height is indeed being displayed by the window marker. Now, if this doesn't happen for you right away, sometimes you'll have to just click on it and then send backward again. If you hit send to back, that might actually send it. Well, I guess that worked. Didn't do anything. But sometimes if you're displaying the finished floor or ceiling or whatever, sometimes if you send it all the way to the back, you'll have the floor on top of it, and then you won't see the kitchen model. So just be careful with things like that, but you'll learn to troubleshoot along the way. It's just part of the learning process. So anyway, we've got the kitchen. This is going to be sort of the living area, and then maybe dining area. I'll just leave it as is, and what we're going to do is we're going to add in some walls here for the bedroom. I'm actually going to measure the lengths here since I don't have them. Oh, well, that's about 14 feet, so that's a nice size for like a master bedroom, I guess. It's on the smaller side, I guess, but not too bad. I'm just going to put in a door. I'm not going to have a hallway there. I was going to have a hallway here, but I noticed that the model's a little bit slim, so we can always adjust. But let's suppose that we are dealing with an existing building that's going to be remodeled. So I'm going to change the size of that door. I've selected the door, by the way. So this is an entrance door, but I'll just use the same door. It doesn't matter for the floor plan. Let's say it's usually, I believe, 32 inches for interior doors. So I'll put that door right over here, and let's say right there. Okay, so I'll try not to move the model too much. This is a little bit narrow, so I'm actually going to move this wall a little bit out, and the dimension should adjust automatically, but if it doesn't, we'll take care of that later. Yeah, so it didn't adjust, so let me go ahead and select both of those. Oops. Select both of those, and then I'm going to intersect what? Oh, okay. Let's make sure we got that one selected, and then intersect. And then we can see that the dimension has changed. And actually, I want to make sure that this is also correctly done. Oh yeah, so that's 14, 7, and 63 64ths. So I'm actually just going to round this up to 8 inches. Or I'm sorry, round down. No, yeah, no, round up. Sorry, 14 feet, 8 inches. And then we're going to move this one. I'm going to move this one such that it lines up with that corner. So we get a perfect intersection there. And now I'm going to select that wall. Sometimes if you hover over something, you'll have another object that's kind of stacked on top of it. We don't want to select this slab or the floor. So sometimes what you can do is actually you can hit tab while you're holding shift. So hold shift and then press tab, and you'll see it'll alternate between the items that are stacked on each other, so that it'll kind of let you choose what you're trying to select. Okay, so now I'm going to change a couple things. So that's, yeah, I made that bedroom pretty big, master bedroom, let's call it. And then I'm going to go ahead and select an interior wall. So what I'm going to do to select an interior wall, to not go through that process again, I'm just going to use this syringe here to pick up parameters. I'm just going to pick up this wall by left clicking once, and then I'm going to come here, and then I'm going to use a reference line as the outside face, just to make sure it lines up. And since I updated my computer recently, it's been having this issue where it doesn't show you the preview of where the object is going to land. Not all the time anyway, but yeah, well, yeah, see, like right now it's not really showing you the preview, but we'll leave it like this for now. Can't really get it to snap here. Let's see. Yeah, it's not working. Why is that not working? Let me change the reference line to the center, and then I'm going to move this 3 inches to the right, 3 inches. So let's see if it'll snap this time. So it's not really snapping. Let's see. So it's 1 6, 1 6, 1 6. In either case, actually, so these walls should all be going to the ceiling. So the upper story that it's linked to should be the ceiling, or, well, not entirely. Let me make this one the ceiling, actually. So let's make it go to the ceiling. And then we want it to start at 0. For now, let's leave that alone. I will assume this might be a bug of some sort. Okay. So let's move that. Actually, I'm gonna make a restroom in the middle. So actually, can I make it? Yeah, let me make it over here. That bedroom over there is gonna be a little bit smaller, but I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this wall by selecting it, selecting the drag icon, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit. So there we go again with the bug not showing us the preview. I'm gonna make this 6 feet. Oh, sorry. Let's hit Command Option D as we slide. So Command Option D to drag a duplicate, and then we're gonna do, let's do 7 feet, and then it's gonna insert that wall right over there. Now this, for some reason, oh, so it intersects there. This one didn't do that. Let's see what happens if I try to intersect those two. So that kind of worked. Let me select this one now and then intersect with the outside wall. Yeah, so sometimes we'll end up with issues like this, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so this is going to be the the restroom. Now to insert the restroom, I'm actually gonna, so I'm gonna go here to the objects, and then I'm gonna hit, let's say, bath. So we'll get a bathtub here with standard size, so 5 feet by 2 feet 6 inches. Usually you should have no trouble finding that at a store. I'm gonna hit P on that window just to move it, to flip it around. And then I'm gonna move this there. So now what do we do with this extra space? So I guess we can do one of two things. We can either make it so that the bathtub actually takes up the entire space, or we can maybe turn that into a linen closet of some sort. We can't actually fit the toilet here, so we're not going to try that. But let me go ahead and place more. Actually, so what do we want to do? Let me measure from here to here. So that's about 9 feet. Let me. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm gonna use a reflect option, and I'm gonna make this a plumbing wall over here. And so that's our bathtub. How do we want to do this? So let me find a toilet. So I'll just click this toilet and maybe put it here. And I'm not really liking the layout, but that's so I'm changing the window size there a little bit. So I'm gonna make it so that we can have 2 doors in this bathroom. The layout's gonna be a little bit weird. So I actually don't really like this. Let's see if we can figure something else out. Let me maybe just put this back to how it was roughly. So we've got the, let me reflect on that line. There we go. Just want these things to the hot and cold water connections to be on that side. So I'm gonna snap it there, and I'm gonna put the toilet. Usually the toilet's in between the basin or the sink. So let's go ahead and look for sink, or let me search basin cabinet. All right, I guess it doesn't really matter which one of these you use, because again, this is primarily for documentation purposes. So if you're wanting to show the client a really nice 3D model, then you can be a little bit more picky about what you choose to insert in the model. I'm just gonna do this for now. I'm gonna pick up the parameters of this door again, and then I'm going to make this door swing. I guess I could make it swing either way. I'm just gonna make it swing this way, and then I'll do the same. I'll do the same with this one, I guess. Okay. This closet. So actually, since I'm doing that, I can actually afford to make the bedroom a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna actually slide this wall all the way up to there. So we get a 5-foot wide bathroom, which is, I believe, the minimum. So now I don't really like the way that this door is displaying, how they're intersecting here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that door and hit Command T. And now I'm going to be a little bit picky about how I'm showing the door. So I don't want it to open all the way. And what's kind of nice is we can actually make it sort of only partially open, so that it doesn't open at a 90-degree angle. So you can see this here. Now up at the top, we're seeing the door in 3D, but if we switch to floor plan view like this, we can kind of see what happens if I change this from 90 degrees to about, let's say, 45 degrees. Oh, well, I hit enter, so it took us to this updated version. Now the model is still displaying this as with the marker on this side, and that's going to be a problem because it's not rotating with the door here like I assumed it would. So the way we can change this actually is we can hit Command T again, and if you don't want to hit Command T, you can also just scroll up here and then slide to the right, and I believe you should have an option for the door marker somewhere. There it is, door marker. And then you can actually, oh no, so actually it doesn't give you that option. I thought it gave you the option to flip the marker only up here, but it doesn't. So my apologies. It allows you to flip the door like that, but it doesn't let you flip the marker. So to flip the marker, we're going to hit Command T, and then we're going to go to Dimension Marker, hit that drop down, and then, oh, it's actually not there. Let me see if I can find it. It's been a while since I've done this, so apologies. There it is. So if you go to marker symbol and text, and then you go to flip marker, it'll flip the marker so that it's on the other side. So let's go ahead and see that live. So there we have it. It's flipped. Now we can see that it's kind of being partially covered by the basin. But there's a couple things we can do to work around it. I'm going to select this again. I'm going to hit Command T, and then I'm actually going to edit the line here. There's a couple of different ways we can do it, but let me see if I remove this extension line, what will happen. So we don't want to actually remove it entirely, so let's put that back, and then we're gonna go ahead and move the marker position. So this is the position away from the wall. Okay, so from the outside of that wall. Now it shows you a little diagram here to display what each of these means. So 1, 2, 3. So we've got dimension 1 is from here to, looks like the center of that marker, and then 2 is, where's 2? So 2 is marker offset. So I believe that is the position of this marker offset from this line. We won't mess with that because we want it to be right in the center, right? So we'll move the marker position to, let's say, I don't know, 40. Let's see if that's enough. So you can see that it moved this down a little bit, and that's okay for us for now. All right, so I'll leave it, but you can kind of mess with that on your own, and see how it changes. I'm gonna go ahead and change a couple of these windows as well. Actually, let me just change one of these. Actually, no, you know what? I like these windows there. Let me drag a copy of these, or insert a copy here, and I will make it. I need it to be a little bit bigger, so let's insert it there. And then these are actually not sliding windows, if I'm not mistaken. So for to make a to provide a way of like an emergency escape in case there's a fire or something, you got to make sure that this is a sliding window and that the people can get out. So let's go ahead and make it a sliding window. So how do we make it a sliding window? I'm gonna hit Command T, and then I'm gonna see a preview of this. Yeah, so this is oh, actually, does it swing? I don't know. Let's just look for a sliding window. So let's hit that one, and then that will update. So it's changing the dimensions for me. I want a 4x4, and then I'll insert it like so. All right, so that's fine for now. Let's go ahead and look at our 3D model, see how it's coming along. I'm gonna hit that little person like we learned before, and we've got our living room window here, 2 bedroom windows, and then that 4x4 bedroom window there. Now we're ending up with an issue here with the ceiling. So the ceiling is actually in the right position. So what we're gonna want to do actually is adjust the vertical position of these windows, and we'll do that momentarily. However, the other thing I'm noticing is that if we go into our model, the doors are actually, the floor is cutting the doors, or cutting through the doors, right? And same thing with our kitchen. We had this issue before and I fixed it, or I thought I fixed it a different way, but we ended up changing the story levels again. So I need to make sure that this slab, this floor object, is in the correct placement. So it looks like it's 1 foot 6 inches above the first floor level. So that's what this reference line offset is. So the first floor is at 0, our story level 0, but with respect to that first floor level, this is 1 foot 6 inches above that. So I'm going to change that to 0. It's going to move that down. Now we can see that we have this problem with the exterior walls, right? All of them, and possibly the interior walls as well. So we need to make sure that all of our walls, so I'm going to click on this wall tool, and then I'm going to hit Command A to select all of the walls. Now I'm going to make sure that the walls are starting from, that they have 0 as the offset. Now I can see that it's not actually, it's actually showing that 0 is the offset of all of the walls, and the reason for that is because it probably selected these interior walls last, and because it selected them last, it's displaying that it's updating this this input field here as if all of the walls have this offset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold shift, left click on that wall, and also left click on this wall which already has the offset set to 0 for the first floor. So now I can see that the last selected wall has a bottom offset of 1 foot 6 inches, and I'm just going to make it 0. Okay, and so there we have it. Now the other problem was the window height, or the window sill height, right? Because it's kind of what do you call it? They're kind of popping, or what's the word? They're kind of crashing with the ceiling structure here, right? So we're going to go ahead and select all of the windows, and the way I'm going to do that is by going to the window tool and selecting that, and then I'm going to hit Command A to select all of them at the same time, and then I'm going to select this window, and I'm going to go to this command palette, and then select the elevate icon, and I'm just going to move them all down. And I'm not going to be too precise about this, but I'm just going to move down until it's good enough, and that's looking fine, right? Now the door here, the front door, is kind of floating above everything, above the floor, so we don't want that, right? So we're going to go ahead and hit 0, sill to story 1, which is this option here, and there we have it. So it's in the correct level now. And actually I think I want to make this window an escape window as well, so let's change that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the syringe there to get the parameters of that window, and then I'm going to hit the inject parameters icon here, which is the other syringe icon that you see there, the top toolbar, and then I'm going to insert it, or I'm just going to left click once on this window, and it'll transform it like magic. So there we have it. Our model is looking a little bit better. We've got 1 bedroom in, but we don't have a closet, so I might want to put that in as well. And then we don't have a bathroom door for guests, so maybe, well, I guess we can't add one into this model, but usually you want to have that. You want to have a door for the guests so they don't have to go through the one of the bedrooms. So let's see if I can actually even access the other bedroom here with this floor plan. Kind of just making this up as I go, guys, so bear with me if it's if it feels like I'm doing a lot of things wrong. I should probably plan this a little bit better, but I'm just kind of doing this on my own time. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful. In the next video, we'll actually put in some light fixtures and things like that.